Garage Comedian.
It's a beautiful day for a joke.
And now it's time for Garage Comedian News.
Well, that's real news.
Hello and welcome back to the Garage Comedian News. I'm the Garage Comedian. The first presidential debate took place this past week, and it was, well, special. It played out more like a bad Disney film. Biden and the Beast. Among other things, presidential hopeful Joe Biden accused Trump of catering to the one percenters. But that's a bunch of malarkey, Joe. Trump supports all Americans, regardless of their milk preference.
We got 1%, 2%, whole percent more.
Fat-free soy, organic at the store. And what else?
Specialty milk.
Was that Jeffrey Geyser? Staying with the 45th president, it was reported that Trump has paid basically no federal income tax over the past several years, which has some people up in arms. But Trump was part of the Armageddon crew, wasn't he? You know, the gang that saved all of mankind and negotiated a tax-free life credit?
None of them want to pay taxes again, ever.
Tax immunity is nice, but I would have held out for a lifetime supply of Slim Jims myself.
Never do a Slim Jim.
I just love me some processed meat. Oh, and speaking of processed meat, a Florida man sued McDonald's for $1.1 million over a dangerous McNugget. Apparently, the man bit into one of McDonald's new spicy McNuggets and hit his tooth on a bone, causing severe jaw pain and chipping his tooth in the process. That McNugget was bad to the bone. Right? I nailed that one. But seriously, you think you got it rough, Florida man? How do you think the chicken feels? I'm sure he'd take a toothache over a guillotine any day. Boo-hoo, said the chicken. You got an ouchie while dining on my body parts. Gain some perspective, hillbilly. A non-Florida man listed himself for sale on Facebook in a bid to find a girlfriend after being single for 11 years. The man is being hailed brave and courageous for his post. Yeah, that's the first thing that leapt to my mind when I read that headline. Courageous. This guy's a regular Abe Lincoln. Nelson Mandela. Rosa Parks type. Yesterday, I brokered a truce between my 8 and 12-year-olds after a fight broke out over the last devil dog. Perhaps I should be in the running for a Nobel Peace Prize. You know, for my show of strength and courage. Gain some perspective, hillbillies. The first ever paramedic jet suit took flight in the UK with the aim of expediting the time it takes to get to those in critical need, most notably those needing aid who are stuck up in mountainous regions. It could save a life, but is more likely to claim two. And finally tonight, in my parting shot, we revisit our lead story this evening, the presidential debate, but not for the reason you may think. Having accessible information available to all concerning policies and platforms is a fundamental right to being a fully participating citizen in this democracy. Yet we continue to treat our deaf and hearing impaired community like second-class citizens. There are over 11 million deaf and hard of hearing people in the United States who have largely been excluded from meaningful news and information, with last Tuesday night's debate being no exception. American Sign Language, a language of the United States of America, is the first language for the deaf and hearing impaired. Yet there was no ASL interpreter present to provide equal access and effective communication during the debate. Live closed captioning lags far behind, and with three people speaking over one another, as they did on Tuesday evening, it becomes even more challenging. American Sign Language is a complete and complex language distinct from English, with its own vocabulary and rules for grammar. Closed caption alone is simply not enough. The National Association of the Deaf, along with 5 deaf individuals, sued the White House over the summer for violating the Rehabilitation Act of 1973, for failing to ensure full accessibility to these individuals by providing ASL interpreters for important and possibly life-saving informational briefings, most notably of late, Dr. Fauci's COVID-19 updates. I don't know anyone personally who is deaf or hearing impaired. I don't know the challenges these individuals face on a daily basis, but I do know right from wrong. And not having an ASL interpreter present for this first debate was wrong. It seems the divide in this country has never been greater, and the gap continues to widen. That's all the time we have this week. Until next time, I'm the Garage Comedian. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more funny videos like this, click the subscribe button. The more you know.